Bonjour, bonjour. We are looking at the imperfect with quirky, irregular RE verbs. I have split this lesson into two because there are quite a few of these little monkeys. We are going to start with the empr verbs, empr. In the present tense, not the imperfect, in the present tense, the empr verbs are conjugated just like regular RE verbs, except, sauf, in the third person singular. Because normally there would be no additional letter. For regular RE verbs, it would be SS nothing, ONS, EZ, ENT. But in this group, there is an additional T for the il, elle, on conjugation. So we have verbs like rompre, interrompre, corrompre. Let's conjugate rompre in the present indicative tense. Je romps, tu romps, il, elle, on rompt, nous rompons, vous rompez, il, elle rompt. Endings SST, ONS, EZ, ENT. To form the imperfect tense, we use the nous stem, R-O-M-P, and we add the endings. So je rompais, tu rompais, il, elle, on rompait, nous rompions, vous rompiez, and you know the last one sounds like the first three. Il, elle rompait, with the really long ending A-I-E-N-T, but it sounds like those first three. And just for revision, the present perfect tense, it goes with avoir. J'ai rompu, tu as rompu, il, elle, on a rompu, nous avons rompu, vous avez rompu, ils, elles ont rompu. So rompre means to break or to break up or to rupture. Se rompre means to break up with each other or to break a body part. Corrompre, to corrupt. Interrompre, to interrupt. À vous. How do we say to break up, to rupture? Rompre, to break up with each other, to break a body part. Se rompre, to corrupt. Corrompre, and to interrupt. Excusez-moi. Interrompre. Engagement in French is fiançailles. If you think of fiancé, it's a French word, isn't it? Fiançailles. It's used in the plural. It's a feminine plural word. It rhymes with Versailles. Fiançailles à Versailles. I was breaking up the engagement with Julien at the time. Je rompais les fiançailles avec Julien à l'époque. It was corrupting the downloaded files. Ça corrompait les fichiers téléchargés. Was I interrupting something? J'interrompais quelque chose? The next two verbs form their own little group of two because they follow the same pattern, but there's only two of them that do this, and they're very happy verbs. Rire, to laugh. Let's conjugate it in the present indicative. Je ris. Tu ris. Il, elle, on rit. Nous rions. Vous riez. Il, elle rit. So they've still got that extra ending for the il, elle, on, that T ending. So it's still the endings S, S, T, O, N, S, E, Z, E, N, T when you take off that RE ending. Of course, for the imperfect tense, we need the nous stem. Je riais. Tu riais. Il, elle, on riait. Now we've got a double I situation here. It looks really weird. You can't really hear the difference. Nous rions, vous riez, il, elle riait. Remember, the last one sounds like the first three. And for revision, it goes with avoir. J'ai ri. Past participle. ri. Very irregular. J'ai ri. Tu as ri. Il, elle, on a ri. Nous avons ri. Vous avez ri. Ils, elles ont ri. Rire means to laugh. Rire, 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 rire. Sourire à. This is the partner. To smile at. Sourire. So it's conjugated just like rire. To laugh is rire. To smile at. Sourire. Past participle, souris. Tu riais tellement fort qu'elle est venue voir ce qui t'arrivait. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? What does it mean? You were laughing so hard that she came to see what was happening to you. You could say si fort as well, couldn't you, for so hard? So, tu riais tellement fort qu'elle est venue voir ce qui t'arrivait. So, arriver can mean to arrive, but it can also mean to happen. It's often used like that, to happen. To happen has lots of French verbs. We have arriver, we have se passer, and we have se produire. Plenty of options. Why is it ce qui? What, when it is not a question, is either ce que, if the next word is a subject or a subject pronoun, ce que Julien veut, what Julien wants, or ce qu'il veut. D'accord? But if your next word is a verb, forget the to there, that's the object pronoun, not the subject pronoun. If the next word is a verb, you use qui. Remember our qui into action, an action word, a verb, ce qui. Using nous, we were laughing so hard that they came to see what was happening to us. Nous rions tellement fort qu'ils ou qu'elles sont venus voir ce qui nous arrivait. Got lots of verbs in that sentence. We've got rions, we've got sont, we've got venu, we've got voir, and we've got arriver. 5 verbs. Also, arriver has to conjugate with se. D'accord? Not with nous. We don't conjugate with the object pronoun. Se is the subject. That's why it's spelt arriver with a T there. I'm nearly sure she was smiling at you, addressing tu. Je suis presque sûre qu'elle te souriait. D'accord, rire verbs, U-I-R-E verbs. The only difference in conjugation in the present tense, not the imperfect, in the present tense, is we add an S before the ONS, the EZ and the ENT in the plural column. So the endings are SST, so we have a T there as well, SONS, SEZ, SENT. It's going to give you a Z sound in the plural conjugations. D'accord? Like conduire, cuire, to cook on heat, to bake. Introduire means to introduce, but it means to introduce into something, for example, to insert. So introduire as to introduce someone is a false friend. If you want to introduce someone to someone else, the French use the verb présenter. Je vous présente ma femme Monique. Je vous présente mon mari Julien. Conduire, conduire. Let's conjugate it in the present tense. Je conduis. Tu conduis. Ils, elles, on conduit. Nous conduisons. Vous conduisez. Ils, elles conduisent. So your endings, you have a T on the il, elle, on conjugation, and you insert an S for the plural conjugations. We need the nous stem to form the imperfect. So I was driving. I drove on several occasions or frequently. I used to drive. When I were a kid, I would drive. Je conduisais. Not that you should be driving when you're a kid. Tu conduisais. Il, elle, on conduisait. Nous conduisions. Vous conduisiez. Il, elle conduisait. The last one sounds like the first three, with the very long ending A-I-E-N-T. Past participle, it goes with avoir. Let's put it in the present perfect. J'ai conduit. So all these verbs have that as a past participle with a T on the end. J'ai conduit. Tu as conduit. Il, elle, on a conduit. Nous avons conduit. Vous avez conduit. Ils, elles ont conduit. Conduire means to drive or to lead, like a path may lead somewhere or someone may lead you somewhere. Produire. Oh yes, it means to produce. Se produire, we've got the clapperboard there. The clapperboard represents to happen, action. Because se produire means to occur. What's occurring? To happen. Construire. Yes, to construct, to build. Détruire. To destruct, to destroy. Traduire. To translate. Your turn. To drive, to lead. Conduire. To produce. Produire. To occur, to happen. Se produire. To build, to construct. Construire. To destroy, to destruct. Détruire. To translate. Traduire. I want to know who was driving this car. Je veux savoir qui conduisait cette voiture. Often you'll hear in the films bagnole for car. It's the slang for car. Bagnole. Such, when you are talking about something that has already been mentioned, such things, it's an adjective. That's why we've got Mr. Mime there, is tel. Tel. Alas, sadly, is hélas. Hélas. Remember, H is always silent in French. Hélas, alas. Hélas, de tels incidents se produisaient régulièrement. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? What does it mean? Alas, such incidents occurred regularly, or we may say on a regular basis. Dad used to build engines for race cars. A race is une course. Papa construisait des moteurs pour les voitures de course. So another word for engine is a motor. A lot of OR words become EUR words in French. So we've got motor, moteur, acteur, acteur. They were destroying the evidence. Evidence or proof is preuve, la preuve. Often used in the plural, actually, les preuves. Il ou elle détruisait la preuve or l'épreuve. We used to translate for our English friends. Nous traduisions pour nos amis anglais. Or all feminine friends, nos amis anglaises. Remember, the French often use on instead of nous in spoken French. Very common. On traduisait pour nos amis anglais ou pour nos amis anglaises. More ouïr verb. Instruire à. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? What does it mean? Okay. To instruct, to inform, to train, to educate. What's the past participle? Instruit with a T at the end. You can use these past participles as adjectives. You can say, he's right educated, you know. Il est très instruit, tu sais. Séduire. To seduce, that is an eyelash to flutter. Introduire. Yes, it's to introduce, but as in to insert. What do we use if you want to introduce a person? Présenter. Je te présente Julien. Cuire. To cook on heat, to bake. Réduire. To reduce, to diminish, to shrink. À vous. Instruct, inform, train, educate. Instruire. Ah. To seduce with your fluttering eyelash. Séduire. To introduce, as in to insert. Introduire. What do we use to make introductions? Présenter. Je te présente Monique. To cook on heat or to bake. Cuire. Past participle of cuire. Cuit. C-U-I-T. If you want to talk about how much you want your steak cooking, they will say, quelle cuisson? How much cooking? You might respond, bien cuit, well cooked. So past participles are often used as adjectives, as they are in English. Cooked is the past participle. Well cooked is the adjective. To reduce, diminish, shrink. Réduire. To bet is parier. Going to bet on Paris. Parier. A bet is un pari. Un pari. Or if you're putting down a bet in gambling, une mise. I bet it's your grandfather that used to cook the crabs. Addressing to. Crabs is the same but with a French accent. Je parie que c'est ton grand-père qui cuisait les crabes. Okay, so you have to say, I bet that. You use the que in French. Je parie que. Je crois que. Je sais que. They love the que in French. What if you reduced the heat a little? Addressing vous. Okay, they would say the fire. They use the word fire for heat, for light, as in to light a cigarette. Traffic lights. Et si vous réduisiez le feu un peu? To drop doesn't have a direct verb in French. You need to use to. Make fall. Faire tomber. To drop, faire tomber. I was inserting my debit card into the cash dispenser when I dropped my wallet. Cash dispenser, un distributeur de billets. Notes are billets as well as tickets. Or you might hear distributeur automatique or guichet. J'introduisais ma carte de débit dans le distributeur de billets quand j'ai fait tomber mon portefeuille. Another group of RE verbs are the dire, the faire and the lire verbs. One exception, the actual verb dire, to say or to tell, has its own little pattern, especially with the vous conjugation, which is vous dites. Okay, so we're talking about other verbs that have dire as a suffix at the end. like interdire à, to forbid or prohibit. And then ir verbs like suffire, suffire à, to suffice, to be enough, suffire. And then lire à, to read. This one has an irregular past participle. It is lu. The other two will end in a T. D'accord? So these ir verbs have the endings like the other group SST, and then they insert an S into the plural column. This is for the present tense, but it helps us with the imperfect because we use the nous conjugation of the present tense. So with all of these irregular RE verbs, I suggest that you learn the present tense conjugations off by heart to make your life a little easier. They prohibited us from swimming in the river. So here we are suggesting they used to prohibit. Il ou elle nous interdisait de nager dans la rivière. Or another word for river is le fleuve. It wasn't enough for her. Ça ne lui suffisait pas. Because it's suffire à, we're using lui. Chuckle Brothers. In my opinion, à mon avis, à mon avis. In my opinion, you read well for your age. Because the word read in English could be read, read or read. I put were reading so you know it's the imperfect version that I'm looking for. À mon avis, tu lisais bien pour ton âge. And now we have the light and airy verbs, the air verbs, like plaire, which means to please or be pleasing, to like or to appeal. And se taire, to keep quiet or to shut up. Past participles end in the letter U, a golden U. So the past participle for plaire is plus, and for se taire, tu. So once again we have these SST endings and we insert the S in the plural column for the present tense conjugation. Let's conjugate plaire. Je plais. Tu plais. Il, elle, on plaît. Like s'il te plaît. Little circumflex. It's the only one that has a little circumflex over the I. Nous plaisons. Vous plaisez. Il, elle plaise. They're the endings. We need the nous conjugations for the imperfect. Je plaisais. Tu plaisais. Il, elle, on plaisait. Nous plaisions. Vous plaisiez. Il, elle plaisait. Present perfect. Past participle ends with an U. J'ai plu. Tu as plu. Il, elle, on a plu. Nous avons plu. Vous avez plu. Ils, elles ont plu. Plu happens to be the past participle for another important verb. Pleuvoir, to rain. But of course, there's only il a plu. Because you can't say I rained, he rained. They will just say il a plu, it rained. Il a beaucoup plu ce matin. It rained a lot this morning. Let's look at the pronominal verb se taire. In the present tense, je me tais. Tu te tais. Il, elle, on se tait. Nous nous taisons. Vous vous taisez. Il, elle se taisent. Endings SST, SONS, SEZ, SENT. Imperfect tense, je me taisais. Tu te taisais. Il, elle, on se taisait. Nous nous taisions. Vous vous taisiez. Il, elle se taisait. And in the present perfect, the past tense, stop. What is the auxiliary for all pronominal verbs? These are wannabe VIP verbs, so we have to use être as the auxiliary. Je me suis tue. then you have to have the agreement, don't you, in writing. Not that you can usually hear it, for the past participle. Tu t'es tu. Il, elle, on s'est tu. Nous, nous sommes tu. Vous, vous êtes tu. Ils, elles, se sont tu. Plaire means to please, to be pleasing to like, to appeal. Plaire is used a lot in French instead of aimer, to like or to love. So instead of saying, vous aimez Paris, the French will often phrase it as, Paris is pleasing to you. Very common. Paris vous plaît. It's a bit like s'il vous plaît. So Paris vous plaît, Londres vous plaît, le gâteau vous plaît. Do you like it? D'accord? In the past, Paris vous a plu. Le gâteau vous a plu. Le repas vous a plu. Really handy to get used to hearing it expressed in this way because the French will often say it like that. Se plaire. Okay, to like oneself. Now that sounds a bit self-obsessed, doesn't it? But the French will say something like, oh, qu'est-ce que je me plais à Paris? So they're not saying, oh, how much I like myself in Paris. It means how happy I am. And I guess you do like yourself more when you're happy. Qu'est-ce que je me plais à Londres? How much I like London. D'accord? Or how much you like doing something. And you can also use it as a reciprocal verb when there's more than one person involved. To like one another or each other. Déplaire. Okay. Displease, not be pleasing to. Dislike, not appeal. Se taire. Keep quiet. Shut up. À vous. To please, be pleasing to like, to appeal. Plaire. Should probably add on an a there. Plaire à. Ça lui plaît. Does he like it? Is it pleasing to him? To like oneself somewhere, doing something, to like one another. Se plaire. To displease, not be pleasing to, dislike, not appeal. Déplaire à. To keep quiet. Shut up. Se taire. Wallpaper is painted paper. So to paint is peindre. Painted. Peint. It's the past participle used as an adjective. Papier peint, du papier peint. Wallpaper. Did they like the wallpaper? The wallpaper was pleasing to them, the French would say. To them. Indirect object pronoun. Le papier peint leur plaisait? Yes, they liked it a lot. It was a lot pleasing to them. Oui, il leur plaisait beaucoup, il leur plaisait bien. Or, probably in spoken French, they would say ça leur plaisait beaucoup. The French like to say bien often instead of beaucoup. Oui, ça leur plaisait bien. They well liked it. Julien and Monique used to really like one another. They would say liked each other a lot. Were liking. Julien et Monique se plaisaient beaucoup. As I said, bien is often used instead of beaucoup. Julien et Monique se plaisaient bien. When he was speaking, I kept quiet and I listened to him. Quand il parlait, je me taisais et je l'écoutais. When quand is followed by a word that starts with a vowel, the D of quand sounds like a T, often. Quand il parlait, you don't have to do the merging. You can just say quand il parlait, but people do it. Quand il parlait, je me taisais et je l'écoutais. So in English, the verb is to listen to. So we might think, ooh, it needs an indirect object pronoun. But in French, you just use écouter, not écouter à. So we need the direct object, le, here, rather than to him, lui. Et voilà les amis. Merci beaucoup. À la prochaine fois. For part 2, la deuxième partie.